What's going on, guys? My name is Jason Park. I'm a filmmaker, and I wanted to talk to you guys about why I decided to sell all of my gear in 2024. And that's, the red Komodo, the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K, the Canon 24 to 104 f4 lens, the Surrey anamorphic line, like why I decided to just get rid of and sell all of my gear. I've been a feature filmmaker for the last 5 years. I've been in the industry as an actor since 2006. And then I started making my own films, right? My first film, Rex Park, Curse of the Golden Buddha, was, it was my school. It was my filmmaking school, right? Four Amigos, street racing film that's being re-released as Fast Atlanta, Pizza Boy Rick, which is coming out later this year, and then Always Smile, which currently is being submitted to the festival circuit. And I only say that to say this. I think I have some credibility in the opinion that I've fostered over those years when it comes to technology. Now, one of the big things that I've noticed is all cameras, whether you're Sony, Blackmagic, Red, Ari, at this stage in the game in 2024, if you have a 4K camera and above from now to the last 3 to 4 years, you can create exceptional content, exceptional films, whether your project is a short film, a commercial, a movie, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's 10-bit color, 12-bit color, 16-bit color. Because the truth of the matter of when it comes to movies is the average audience doesn't notice. They don't care, right? On a daily basis, we've all, myself included, and probably you, we've gotten accustomed to watching content on our cell phones that's been recorded from someone else's cell phone. So the quality degradation has dropped over the years, right? So now when you see something that's shot really well, right? A Christopher Nolan film, a David Fincher film, a Spielberg film, it's like, wow, that looks really good. But that's not like the end all be all, because with your cell phone, with your Blackmagic 4K or the OG or 6K or Red Komodo, you can go and create exceptional quality films with a good story, good lighting, and good sound, right? As long as you have those three things, you can use any camera from the last 4 to 5 years and it's gonna look up to date. And here's the truth of it, right? My last 4 films have all been shot in 6K. And they've been delivered, right, in DN or DX, HR, 4K, high bit, whatever the specs are. But the consumer that's consuming it watches it at 720 or 1080p, right? So they're not getting the 4K experience. And we're not talking about the one-off films where this person delivered it and it's being played as on Netflix in 4K. That's just not the case. Most films are probably being viewed at between 720 and 1080p, which is high def. So with all that being said, that led me to selling all of my gear. So Always Smile was a film that we shot anamorphic on the red Komodo, and it looks gorgeous, right? It looks beautiful. To me, I see the big difference between 16-bit color and 10-bit color or 12-bit color. I see the huge difference between the Blackmagic B-RAW and Red RAW. I can see it. Other filmmakers can probably see it. But how many of us in the world are really making a difference as far as being the number that's consuming something? And then how many of us are not consuming something because it wasn't shot on this particular camera? I had someone recently say, that I break the rules when it comes to filming, or that, my stuff it doesn't look technically the greatest, right? Now, if you're comparing it to a $10 million, $20 million film, right? and you're talking about an indie filmmaker, of course they don't look the same. But I'll put up Always Smile or Pizza Boy Rick up against anything, right? You're not going to watch it and be like, this quality sucks. You're going to watch it and enjoy it, but the quality, of course, is not going to be comparable to a Hollywood film that has all of this money behind it where they can spend 10 hours to light one scene, right? If you're an indie filmmaker, you got to shoot 10 scenes within that 10 hours. So you have to, I don't want to say cut corners, but you have to cut corners, for the lack of better words, when you're an indie filmmaker. So I've just kind of come to the terms that gear isn't all that important. And at this current moment, because I have 3 films coming out this year, right, that I'm not going to shoot another film for a while, so I don't need all of the equipment right now. I'll dictate what I'm going to purchase when the time comes. I'm not one of those, filmmakers that goes out to shoot just to shoot, right? I like to kind of take my time with the project. I write it from scratch. Then I go and, produce it, cast it, direct it, edit it, all that good stuff. But I like to take my time and hopefully tell unique stories that the audience hasn't seen, or they don't see the outcome of the film, right? So if you're kind of a creator, whether you're a YouTuber, whether you make shorts, it doesn't matter the space that you're in. If you're one of those creators that is currently deciding like, what should I do? What camera should I get? I would recommend not spending so much money on buying an expensive camera and getting something like a Blackmagic 6K or a Blackmagic 4K, because you got to remember about your storage and can your computer process it or handle it. If you want to be a little more hands off and you want the autofocus and all that stuff, then maybe look at something like the Sony FX3. But even something like the Sony FX3 is more expensive than your Blackmagic. You might as well get a Blackmagic 4K and just manually focus, and then you'll have all the tools accessible. So that's kind of my take as to why I sold all my gear. I think the times have changed. I don't think it's necessary anymore to have the big camera and the big lens and all that stuff. But if you guys enjoy the content and want me to dive deeper into filmmaking and other things, just let me know. Hope you guys have a good day.